We're looking at Hurricane Lee. This is one powerful looking hurricane. I've got a filter. We're at the GOES satellites, and you can see how it's forming. It's so mesmerizing looking at this if you're all just tuning in. Let me do something for a moment. Not this. I've got this on a window capture. I hope you can hear me and see it. This hurricane is picking up momentum, is what it's doing. Good evening, everyone. This hurricane right here. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Hello there, Frank. I'm just tuning in. I've got this on the GOES satellite imagery, and if I'm gonna get myself out of the way. Well, what I can do, if I move this over here, you see they got two hurricanes coming at the same time. Let me just put it to, wait a second, because I gotta get myself off of here. I'm gonna get rid of the window capture because it's in the way. We're gonna go straight to the hurricane right over here. Look at that on the GOES satellite imagery. There's even more coming up, is what's happening. Hello, everyone. There's even more coming up. Now, this is going back like 200 some odd frames, 240 loop. So look at the massiveness of it. Look what's coming down below back here that's being sucked up in right here in this bottom half. It literally looks like it's going to combine. It's sucking all the energy up in it. And I'm wondering if, as it does, if another hurricane doesn't start forming off of that. Now let's see what this is. This is the sandwich blend rim. Let's go to the if we look at the, what was I looking at before? Well, we could look at the long wave, but look at the, I think it's this one right here. What is the IR long wave now? This is some intensity right here. We'll go back at 240 frames. It's got to take a while to load if you're just tuning in. These are really powerful, and they're supposed to create a massive flooding and storm surge. I'm pretty sure that they haven't got the path completely down pat, what it's going to be. Let's look it back over here because it's got to finish doing. It's looping you while we got to do it. Welcome, hello. Yeah, we got the harp going. They got a lot of stuff going. Look at the spinning of it as it's perfect. You got two hurricanes out there. Did you see that? There's something was flashed in this area over here to heat it up. You'll see it, the blocks that come along on it. Watch it. You're going to see some kind of signal is being beamed. It's not just a disruption of whatever. No, there is some kind of a signal. You'll see it shortly. Right there. They're heating up that area. But let's look at this, you all. Look how massive this thing is. As it's barreling up, it's really intense looking. It's twirling and twirling and twirling. It's like almost a perfect eye. Got these two side by side on here. Now you probably see some of the images that are just like the clouds themselves. This just adds some of the intensity to it. Oh yeah, it's 1,000 miles across. Last one. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's massive. Look how it's got a long tail. That long tail is, it's spinning, and yet it's being sucked down and then looped around. And then this stuff is being sucked up in it too. Let's see what's looking down there at the bottom. This is that whole entire region. Everything that's going on with it. Oh, good night, Patrima. It does look like a monster. It looks like a monster. They're showing it like this right here. This is just normal looking, more or less. It's the tropical storm watches are now in effect for most of the coastal New England, and as Hurricane Lee threatens to deliver a blow to parts of the region this weekend. Heavy rainfall, coastal flooding are possible in the eastern Maine on Saturday. Life-threatening storm surge flooding in parts of southeastern Massachusetts, including Cape Cod, Nantucket, late Friday and Saturday. A storm surge watch has been issued. I really wouldn't think that sandbags was going to help you in something like this. I don't think it's going to help. This is, if you've ever been over here, let me just do this. I'm going to stop this thing. I want you to see the rocker arm. Let's go back. You can see the timestamps when they flash some kind of a frequency on here. I used to go to these things all the time and watch them. We're going back in time. You're looking at 9 o'clock in the morning on September the 13th. But there is a, right there, you see what they just did? This is 5:10. So let's look at this. At 5 o'clock, all is well. Let's watch that signal get shot across there. Whatever's over here, there's something over there that's shooting the signal. Watch it. It's 5:10. 5:20. That is some type of a signal. Now let's look at look at how this has this on here, you all. What are these notches? What on earth are these notches that are showing up? This is not just the satellite or something. No. There's something causing this with these notches. It kind of reminds me of the cubes and things like that. It really does. In order to have these types of notches, it could be some kind of ships up there. It could be. I mean, look at this. It's at 5:40. Excuse me, 5:20. Let's click it, and you can see some more frequency. That's today, so it's heating up this area, and then at 5:30 it shrinks back. Let me see this. If you watch down here at the bottom, there's one area down here. That one area down there gets expanded. This area right here where this signal is being shot out, it's really massive right now, but as it goes ahead 10 minutes, you can see that that area is now a tad bit shorter. But wow, get back here. What's truly, where are these signals coming from? Because I've watched them before, and they kind of do prime the area. Could be aliens doing it. It could be, or bad entities doing it. Weather warfare. Let me push the button, you all, because it's not the only thing. If we were to go look at the short, let's see if we can do a we can do the RGB flow. Let me put this. Whoa, that's really red. Look at those colors. This is going to be pretty neat to look at, you all. That looks kind of intense. Once it starts going, if you're just tuning in, this hurricane is like a monster, and I would not be surprised if these two combine and they just kind of just keep spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, because they're going to get more energy. They're going to suck up the energy over here. Okay, they're moving, you all. Let's look at it. Look at them. That is wild. Look at all of the intensity. So you could see that really well. And that's like happening at 5 in the morning on September the 13th, which is today. Let's see after it goes what happens if we see more of these things, because it could be priming the area. Oh, they had it on both sides. Did you see over here on this side? They also had one. Let's make them bigger so you all can see them. Two massive hurricanes. Look at that. Two of them. Twirling and twirling and twirling around. I wonder if there's, see that? That showed even more of the frequency that was in this area. This area is being primed. It seems like when that frequency comes in, I want to say that it makes these two be attracted more to one another, more or less. Boom. Let's stop that and then go back. Let's go back and see where it's coming from. Again, y'all, this is not natural to have these occurring. Look how it's shrinking down. I want to, okay, right there. So we're looking at 510. In comes the frequency. And it's a massive one. I don't know where it's coming from. It could be coming from above. What's over there in that area that would cause this right here? What could be in the ocean? Could there be something in the ocean that's causing it? Could it be UFOs up there? And see, it pulls itself back. But if we go to another one, it's on the other side of the map too. If we did Oconus, which we can, if I were to, let me see if I can go to the full disc. I want to do a full disc of, well, I really can't do the full disc. Well, I can right here if I go right here, but it's not going to get the other side at all. You just look at it as an animation loop. You can see it. But you're not going to see that hurricane over there on this side. You're not. Let's go back to another one. Let's go to what we had before with this hurricane, because it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. Just push it there. If you're in the way of this hurricane, I would prepare. I truly would. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that you're safe, your family's safe, your pets are safe, and get your valuables together. Wow, look at the pinks over here in this area. Because it's barreling up there. Thank you for joining, member. This was 6 days ago. It was strengthening to a Category 5. Let's see these newses. All this news. CBS News 32 minutes ago. What is she saying? Okay, we're gonna pause her. I'm gonna let you hear her because I gotta turn on the audio, but I'm gonna pause myself. I'm gonna make myself quiet, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna put her on there, see if you can hear her. What's she got to say? I think she might be a real broadcaster, but I don't know. Hurricane Lee, now Category 2, moves toward New England. CBS, let's see her.
We've now got some breaking news on Hurricane Lee. Portions of New England are now under tropical storm and hurricane watches as the Category 2 storm approaches. Lee is weakening as it heads into cooler waters, but it will bring at least tropical storm force winds to New England starting Friday night. And we've now got some breaking news on Hurricane Lee. Portions of New England are now under tropical storm and hurricane watches as the Category 2 storm approaches. Lee is weakening as it heads into cooler waters, but it will bring at least tropical storm force winds to New England starting Friday night, and dangerous waves and rip currents up and down the East Coast from South Carolina to Maine.
but the case could hinge on mere minutes, and prosecutors.
If you go to the GO satellite, there are frequencies being emitted. There are. And they're not just coming from one area. They're not. You can do the short wave. You can see what it looks like. It's going to show it up too. It's just going to keep going and going and going and barreling through. Trying to see what's down here in these patterns. So if there's any other type of pattern you all. If you're in the way of that, let's type it in again. Hurricane Lee, H-U-R-R-I-C-A-N-E, Lee. I'm sure you might get some rain. Boom. I think they all have the same. It turns north on a path that it takes right there as it goes past Bermuda as it aims for the Atlantic and Canada. Ooh, that's kind of wild right there, you all. Look at that. Sometimes I wonder if there are any UFOs inside of these at all. How are you going to prepare for these? How to prepare. How to prepare. They're going to tell you how to prepare. Timeline and conditions to inspect. Let me see this. Waves. It's a powerful storm. How are you going to prep for it? Look at this. A hurricane. We go to AARP. You got to go to AARP. You are. They're going to tell you how to prep for this hurricane right here. It's remains a powerful storm. Waves up to 15 feet. It's going to make landfall this week, but will create a dangerous surf and rip current. Let's look at this. We had Irma. It remains too soon. We want to know, how can you plan? It's especially important for older adults to stay informed and be prepared. Older adults. You all, they're going to talk. They're talking about us older adults, so we might want to hear what they got to say about older adults. How you going to prepare? They will die. You will die at a higher rate in extreme U.S. weather disasters than younger people. Adults 65 and older are accounted for roughly 2/3 of the 150 deaths attributed to Hurricane Ian, which walloped Florida's west coast in September of 2022. While Hurricane Fiona, that sounds like on that green monster thing. Who would the troll? Fiona, the tree, Fiona and the troll hit Puerto Rico in September. 65. Look over, they got the times. Look at this. Right down to how old you are. Adults 65 and older accounted for 35 of the 42 deaths. Why you got to do that? You all better look at that. How are they going to tell you to prepare if you live in that area? The perfect time to think about it. Keep on hand a minimum of 3 days supply of food, prescriptions, and water. Have a stock of fresh batteries, and make sure your phone's emergency alerts are turned on. That's not much on preparedness, you all. It really isn't at all. If you think about it. Let's go look at it, you all, because it's going and it's barreling. And if we go back to 240 frames, you'll see what happens. I'm sure some of you all live around this area, and you've probably lived through things like this before. And it may not be too pleasant, and it may be kind of scary, but some people will they'll hunker down where they're at because they don't want to leave their homes. You don't want to get washed away with a big tidal wave, with a big storm surge, because when that happens, all the stuff just flows together. You got the debris and everything, and when that water comes gushing in, you can get trapped. You could die. You truly could die from it. Let's look at this one more time as it goes. This is 240. Look, these are almost, look. I wonder if this one over here will grow as big as this one right here. in time. It truly could. It could grow. You're going, yeah. What are the phones? I have no idea what are the phones. They're not saying what are the phones, but this stuff right here, look how massive these are. You can make it even bigger and it can appear even more massive. I wonder if there's lightning. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go to the real-time lightning map. Real-time lightning. Let's see what that's happening. We want to see what it looks like because that's important to look at right now. Let's go over here to the real-time lightning. Okay, I got it. Let me turn on the counter. Let me get both. Let me come over here. Let me get this. Let me get the detailed lines. Okay, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at the lightning. How is the real-time lightning map? Too bad we can't stick that hurricane on here to see what's happening, but you can see the lightning from it. Let's see how messy this thing's going to get with the hurricane. Just keep watching, you all. It's 8:36. You should be seeing more lightning than this. Look at that. Wonder what's right there. What is right there in that area? Is that where the hurricane's at? Right there in that area? Wow. So that's right there. It's right where that's at. There's a lot of lightning going on, as you can see. I could do a window share, but I forgot how to do it. It's pretty primed. I'm going to say a prayer for everyone. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, may you be with everyone who is in the path of this storm. Even if it doesn't hit landfall, they're going to feel the effects of it. I pray may you keep everyone safe, their families, their loved ones, their pets. May you give them the wisdom to prepare the way that would be best for them and their family. And if they need to leave or whatever it is, Lord Jesus, please give them the knowledge and the wisdom to do so. And just may you keep your hand over them and protect them and just be with everyone in the name of precious Jesus. Amen. For what they're going through. I am going to go. So looking at this hurricane, it's hard to say what's going to happen, truly, when it comes right down to it. You can see the flashes with these, the frequency that's being flashed on the side over here at 5 something in the morning. There is some kind of frequency coming from somewhere, and it's doing something to this. I hope it's not intensifying it. See it right there. I am going to go. Let me put this back to me. So please be safe, you all, and just keep your eye out. If you feel you need to do extra planning to prepare, do that. Even though they say it is not going to make landfall, I don't know what it's going to do. They can steer it if they want to. They can. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you for joining this channel. Thank you for subscribing, even though they unsubscribe people all the time. They do. People said they got unsubscribed 2 times this week. Please give this video a thumbs up. Gina Honey, will it make a difference? I have no idea. In the big scope of this channel, I have no idea, you all, but you can try it to see what would happen. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.